Hello and welcome back to Planet Stronghold Colonial Defence. But we aren't exactly on speaking terms. When I joined the military, well, they were less than pleased. I can imagine. No, you can't. They tried to gain custody of Alicia, saying if you don't take a child to a war zone. Of course, we were at peace at the time. I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's not like I advertised it. That's one thing most people don't realise. When you join with someone, you get all the baggage that goes with them. About the only thing an orphan has going for them. They don't have needless family drama. Sorry, I didn't mean to be so down today. I do have a question, and feel free to say no, but now that we're together, would you like to move in with me and Alicia? Huh? Well, look, families are given a large allotment for living space, and well, I thought you might want to join us. I mean, there's no rush, but I don't think anyone would have a problem with it. I don't know. I mean, we have the current conflict going on. This isn't anything you have to do right now, but I thought it might, I don't know, help later down the road. Okay, I think proposing marriage at this point is kind of... let's face it, how long have they been dating for? A couple of months? I think popping the question is a bit much at this stage, so... But... yes, I will. Nothing else that'll let Alicia get used to us being together as well. That's my thought as well. But of course we can take it gradually. And here I thought you wanted me under the same roof to ravish me whenever you wanted. Oh, trust me, I'm tempted to take you right now. Charlotte pulls you down into her lap and gives you a deep kiss, tongue dancing on yours while her hand strokes your arse. Reluctantly, she lets you go, as you remember why you're here. Come, hold me for a few more minutes before we have to head back. Yep, we're up to 4 hearts on the romance track. We've got to be getting close to that final romance scene. But I say, I think I remember seeing somewhere that there's 25 missions, or 25 main missions. So the fact we're up to mission 20 implies we've still got a ways to go. But we'll see. You didn't have to come with me, Caden. I know what's going to happen isn't going to be easy, but... do you think so little of me that I'm afraid to bloody my hands? Don't put words in my mouth. However, I'll be fighting your people. They stopped being my people when they defied my orders. Now I know what you must have felt when we split off. I'm still surprised you didn't decide to make an example of us. As tempting as it is, instigating a massacre tends to lead things off the wrong foot. Of course, people also tend to lay blame on the perpetrator. I don't relish being called the executioner in my epitaph. If it ever comes to that, I'll try and get something more poetic. Perhaps Rainmaker, the tears the survivors shed in your wake? You might consider apprenticing under the Apex Ran, Master Vargas. For all their bluster, they are rather accomplished poets. True, they tend towards the militaristic side of things, but this seems like it would suit your sentiment quite well. You! I'll teach you for leading my people astray. The fault isn't mine, but rather their own. For such a promising species, you really let the more disruptive elements fester longer than is wise. Or better yet, prevent them from rising in the first place. And here's when you state you've already made the perfect society, with every margarine kneeling to you. Creating perfect thralls isn't as hard as you might think, but it's ultimately limiting. No, there is beauty and strength to be found in defiance and independence. Of course, like everything else, extremes are rather... inelegant. Those are people you're talking about, not some garden in need of weeding. I see you're acquainted with Charlotte rather well. Rather excellent genome, if I do say so. She has the cutest gametes. Is there any way to convince you to return the stolen samples? You can have them if you really want. That'll do you little good. We have your subordinates in our gene banks. You should be pleased. Few aliens are given that honor. So help me if you ever get a hold of my flesh. Then what? You make a fuss? Don't worry, we've already assessed your potential and found it lacking. What are you talking about? There's no way you could have gotten a tissue or blood sample from me. Oh, there are other ways to get some of the needed samples if you wish. But after all, how often do you crop your hair? Waste if you ask me, but that's your choice. Gathering stray hairs, child's play for a janitor. Ah! I can't help but think that fighting the Queen is a bit of a bad idea, but anyway. Martyr Warrior, anti-wall, gains +1 attack and +1 hit points when another unit with Martyr is summoned. On death, it goes back into our deck, which means we probably need to... Caden? Hit him. Because we're going to have to kill him fast. Flamethrower turret up. Drone, finish him. Lost the drone, but that's okay. So that guy took 4 damage. On death, put 3 Hawku charges into play. Oh dear. Stun all enemy units. That's the one vaguely annoying thing, is that quite often when they play an attack card like that, I don't have time to read it before it vanishes. On the grand scheme of things, it's a very minor problem, but yeah, I thought they gained 4 shield at the end of the turn. Makes them a bugger to kill. Because they can tank really well. I can deploy a Robo-Ant next turn. Aha. Deploy Robo-Ant. Okay, take that one out, please. Thank you. Got some regular infantry. Draw 3 cards. Okay, thanks to the missile turret, his shields keep going down. So I can use a Robo-Ant to kill him. Pile on. Target the Queen. Hit her with the space equivalent of a big pointed stick. Actually, that could be interesting. I might do the Spear Workshop. Sorry, I'm planning to go down to York at Easter for the British Federation of Historical Swordplay Spring Exchange, which should be good, because I went last year and it was pretty interesting. Even if I did end up, there was a rather fascinating workshop on Viking wrestling, and the woman running it is about a foot shorter than I am. I've been put in a headlock as a demonstration by someone who's a foot shorter than you are is a really weird experience. And that's the thing, if I'd been genuinely trying to take her out, she would have wiped the floor with me. Yeah, so don't get me wrong, it was a great workshop, I had a lot of fun with it, but it's a really bizarre experience. Thank you for a rather invigorating encounter, Captain, and let me congratulate you on your victory. Why do I hear plans within plant in your voice? You would do well in the Imperial Court. Your supposition would be quite correct, my beautiful Captain. However, I can't tarry. I bid you good day. She's as bad as the nobles. I'll need vinegar to clean out her honeyed words. Scene 20. Main Lounge. You're going to need to calm down, Caden. Your thundering feet could wake the dead. I gather the matter is resolved. If you can call spilling the blood of fools a solution, then yes. But for what? Dying for your home, for your family, your freedom, but the League of Gene Mods? Stupid. There's one other matter which must be addressed. Do you want me to tell their families what happened, seeing how I was involved? Thank you for the offer, but that is my responsibility. And it doesn't get easier the more you do it. At least it doesn't for me. And how do you bear it? I mean, I know what works for me. I've emptied the bar too many times for my own good. Meditation. While you know there are some voices now gone, it helps to hear the new ones born. I find if something is particularly vexing, overwriting that sector helps. Self-induced forgetfulness. Handy, if you're a robot. Pardon, I forgot your species is incapable of that rudimentary feat. Although a crowbar to the side of the head comes close. Christoph, I don't know about you sometimes. If you want something less bloody, Christoph, I have something which affects the hippocampus. Or try downloading a bootleg copy of Summer Intrigue. Oh, once again we have the Winter Wolves Nest. For the record, I'm looking forward to Summer Intrigue. Because, for one thing, it's got a great pun title. Plus, in case you don't know, it's the Yuri dating sim that Winter Wolves is working on. I'm pretty sure they're also working on a Yaoi dating sim, and obviously I'm going to have to play both for the sake of, equality. But anyway. Articuno addition into your brain without being properly grounded. I still don't remember that week. So what sort of gene mods were the rebels trying to get? There is the normal assortment of strength, speed, and stamina mods one would expect. And from the looks of it, other modifications to enhance one's own sexual attributes. That doesn't seem so bad. There are many on Earth who would pay a lot of money for that. It isn't a problem if you want to cut your lifespan short by about 30% and have an elevated risk of developing cancer. And some people would still go for it, better to grasp a little bit of life when they can. Did the Madrons deliberately sabotage the mods? Most likely not. Unless these modifications are specifically tailored to the recipient, bad things are likely to occur. Not to mention highly illegal. Which makes little sense. If anyone was to modify someone, the military seems like a safe bet. I do would be wrong. Most of you don't remember the Unification Wars. Heck, I'm almost too young to do so. But some of the illegal nations started to turn genetic modifications, and it backfired. Many people who might have stayed neutral allied with the null events out of fear. Of course, increased rates of insanity didn't endear the modified either. You could say the same about cybernetics. Far too many people started to think they were more than human. Superior ability breeds superior ambition. Back to Star Trek quotes again, sorry. Although they did leave some funny, if gross videos. Did you ever see the one with the first machine leg? One where the guy was going to race a cheetah. Yeah, his legs kept up just fine, after tearing themselves from his hips. And that's a stigma which I face to this day, assuming people even consider me human. I said I was sorry, Griselia. Too little, too late. However, do you honestly think the government would have made use of them? I'm sure there's a branch or two that are, but which ones I couldn't tell you. They'd be way above my security clearance. Don't let doubt cloud your heart, Griselia. I know you'll succeed, but it'll take time. Aww. And you're perfect as you are, Remy. Ooh, Laser Squad, which has charge and is anti-robotic. Fantastic. The artillery tank deals 1 damage to. Fantastic as well. Hover tank, which has charge. Machine gun infantry, which has charge and is anti-organic. Ooh, new Diana cards as well. Assault hovercraft. Flying. Every time this card takes damage, put a bronze grade regular infantry unit into play. Ooh. Kamikaze. Targeted allied unit is killed. Deal its attack value and damage to all enemy units. Not terribly subtle, but probably pretty effective. Alright, let's get those cards into the primary deck. So let's figure out what to take out. Okay. I'm going to ditch the battle drones in exchange for the assault hovercraft, because they sound pretty nifty. I can only have one of those, can I? Hover tank, the artillery squad, the laser squad, and the machine gun infantry. I want those. So they've got 5 health, do 2 damage, but so they do less damage than my other guys, but they do it to more enemies. And I can only have one of those. Okay, so if I take out the spiked iron vines, put the laser squad in. The artillery tank is pretty damn handy. And the hover tank may also be kind of handy because it's got pretty good health and really good damage. So I think I can afford to take out 1 more spiked iron vines and 1 more regular infantry in exchange for the 2 tanks. Okay. I think I'm happy with that selection. Finish that. And let's give it a try in this alien invasion mission. We're still only got 1 person we can talk to on the team talk, which is Charlotte. Okay, deploy a sharpshooter. Deploy the assault hovercraft. Deploy another sharpshooter. And use the attack hovercraft.
Reporting for duty.
So it deployed. So it's just regular bronze infantry, but that's okay. Excellent. Alright, deploy volunteers.
Long live the Queen!
Anybody with a shot, take it. And kill it. Good job. So yeah, that card seems pretty good. Do I have time? Yeah, probably not. So I'll end this part here and say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next.